I was playing bass. How about that? I just decided to do that today instead of dance. Hi, welcome, team and peeps who are not yet our team members, but we want you to be. I am personal trainer Mary Beth Rockwell here in San Francisco. I am with the Next Fitness Thing. With me always is our CEO and executive producer and great human being, Alexis Craig. Hi, Alexis. Glad you're hanging.
Hi.
How's it going? You're traveling away from home, but you're not far from me right now, and it's raining for both of us today. So
It sure
it's
is.
it's fun times. That's actually going to come into play a little bit later in this show, by the way. So we'll talk about that shortly. But thank you for joining us. If you're with us live, we are so happy that you carved time out of your day to join us live. Please be active in the comments. You can send in emojis and let us know where you're checking in from. And if you have any thoughts along the way in our discussion, of course, we are very, very happy to hear from you. And of course, we invite you to share our videos with the ones you love. And hopefully they'll learn a little something with what we will impart wisdom wise, fingers crossed. And then also find our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/at the next fitness. Facebook group.com/groups/the next fitness thing. Lots of URLs bouncing around in my head right now. Of course, you can find our wellness platform and work out with us live or on a replay version, whatever time you got. We're happy to have you. And you'll find us at thenextfitnessthing.com. That is our URL for our website. And you can get you started there and off to a lot of fun and a lot of fitness. So on the show, now let me get to the good stuff here. We have an interview with one of our fascinating teammates. Her name is Kelly. She is a rock star, and she comes to so many classes with us. And our regular TNFT crew all know Kelly because she's with us a lot. And we are going to have a great discussion with her. And then also we are going to answer. We have got a slew of questions lately into the TNFS mailbag. So we're going to drop one of those in this week. We're going to talk lunges. And if you have any stuff that you want to know about lunges, we'll hopefully fill you in on that. We'll have our mid-show stretch break and move of the week. Always a good opportunity to get you up off your bootay. And we will update you on some good stuff coming. In fact, something big coming our way tomorrow as we are live here at the Next Fitness Thing. So Alexis, shall we bring Kelly to the party?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yay. So we got a chance to chat with Kelly a little bit earlier this week so that we recorded this interview, just FYI. And this is good times. Kelly is awesome. So take it away.
All right, Kelly, it is so great to have you on board the Next Fitness Show. Welcome. This has been a while in the making because I was out for a little while and then we were coordinating schedules, so we finally made it work. And Kelly, we are thrilled to have you with us. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great now that you're here.
Yeah.
Let's chat Kelly for a little bit. So first off, let everybody know where you are in the country and how you found your way to us at the Next Fitness Thing.
Sure. I am from Michigan, so somewhere in the Midwest. Kind of depends who you ask, I guess. But
There you go.
and I came to the Next Fitness Thing through a previous platform. So it was, just something that I loved all the trainers and I wanted to continue the challenges and all the different forms of exercise and meditation that was offered.
You do run the gamut with what you do with us. You get a little bit of everything. And Kelly, you've been one of our long running teammates, and talk about loyalty. I mean, you have stuck with us through thick and thin and some thin, some more, and then some more thick. So thank you very much for being so supportive of us, because you are one of those peeps that we would not be here without. We love you. So to that end, what has made you stick with us in regards to what does the TNFT community mean to you and your wellness journey here?
Yeah, I think the TNFT community is something that I think it's just very unique compared to many other different communities, whether it's an actual community that you're involved in or a virtual community. I think there's just so many supportive people. There's so many supportive teammates. The trainers just offer a really cool variety of, challenges or exercises like running programs or kickboxing or weightlifting, anything that just people need to be doing. Walking, I love the walking, so just
You're not alone.
we have different things, and we have I love like when we do like events for walking. And I think recently we just had a women's history walk. So it was really cool to learn just different things about women's history. So it's fun to it's just fun. That's the thing. It's, you know, the people.
Flipping fun, right?
It is.
And our people lean on each other as well. So when somebody's having a down day, the whole community is going to be in there. It's like, we got you. You can do this. We got your back. And it's just, I've never been as a trainer part of a community that is like this, and it's just it blows my mind. And I'm going to cry just thinking about it. So I have my tissues on standby because it's been known to happen. You mentioned some challenges and some things that you've done with us, and we've run the gamut, like I said, as far as disciplines, kickboxing and walking and running and all of these things. So what, if you had to pick one, has been your favorite one so far? And I know this is a really tough question because you've been through so many, and why do you like it so much?
Yeah. That it's super hard because actually right now I'm doing yoga training. So I really love
I was
doing
going to ask you about that later. Okay. Yeah.
yoga classes, but I don't know. I think it's a hard question because I love variety. I love doing running. I love doing walking. I like a variety of weight training. I like Pilates. It kind of just depends on the day, really. You know, do I feel like something calm and cool like yoga? Do I want to do something intense like running? It's hard to pick, but maybe if I do, I would say yoga because I'm just really into it lately because of yoga training that I'm doing. So
you are pursuing your yoga certification. So what's that journey been like for you?
it's been challenging, but very rewarding. It's been, you know, every day practicing yoga, doing meditation. And I've grown so much, which is really cool because, you know, you try different poses in yoga, you learn more about yourself, you learn about your health and fitness journey. But you know, it's really cool what you can actually do. And it was kind of interesting. We did this like community yoga class, and somebody was saying, you know, if you do it once a day, it's helped your health, or twice a week, or, you know, all these different aspects. And he's working his way up. So, you know, the value of it is so priceless, I guess, because there's so many benefits, and it's, you know, mental, physical, emotional, all of that.
The whole package. Yeah, we're very excited for you going through this. That's one of those certifications I've always wanted to get, and has always kind of been on the back burner for me. I'm envious. So you're going to knock it out once you are certified to teach. That's going to be incredible. And I'm going to be one of the first people to take your class. You also, as we touched on earlier, as far as sometimes you like run, and we have seen that in action in some of our 5K training programs, to the point that you're generally like out in front of the pack whenever anybody's, you know, running with you. And whenever we have 5K programs that we'll do like our live 5K on a Saturday, and I'll teach it, and then we'll do one on Sunday, and Kathy will teach it, and you're in both of them.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, usually I'm not running the second one. The second one is usually like moral support and
okay, that makes sense. Okay.
there for the team. There might be a walk and a run, you know, not both. So
yeah, okay. You're putting in miles. There's some of them less intense than others. I see where you're going with that. Okay. And we have seen you going through, I mean, that Michigan weather can be rather unpredictable sometimes, and you will send in photos of you doing your thing out there, and it's pouring or it's snowing or it's windy, and there's Kelly getting it done. How do you psych yourself up for that?
I'm an outside person, I think. I love being outside, and I don't care if it's snowing, raining. The one element I usually am very cautious of is ice, but you know, even if it's hot, I'm out there probably early morning because again, I don't like it that much. But yeah, I want fresh air. I want sunshine, vitamin D.
I am the same, and when it's kind of gray and dreary, it kind of like knocks me down a peg or two. But sunshine, fresh air, get me out there. I totally understand on that end. And believe it or not, we're coming to the close of our time together here pretty soon. But I want to ask you, I'd like to ask this whenever we have a teammate, a TNFT teammate on the show. For anybody that's watching us right now that might not be with us yet, I say, as a TNFT teammate, what if they're on the fence, and what advice would you give them to get off the fence and join us?
That's a really good question. I think getting off the fence is, you know, just telling them, you know, there's personalized like trainers that are there, whether it's through a chat, whether it's through personal training, the one-on-one training, like there's just a lot to offer. There's variety. There's, I think, exercises and workouts for pretty much anybody of any body type, any, whatever your fitness or expert level for exercises. Yeah, and it's fun. Like I think a lot of people struggle with, oh, workouts have to be fun. It's not something I have to put on a to-do list or I have to do. Like, no, it's something you get to do, and it's something that's fun. There's, again, we've kind of talked about this. There's moral support. There's great trainers that are motivating, and they're just real people. They're like your friends, but they live all over the country.
I think some people that haven't experienced this yet just are kind of maybe trapped in a mindset of I've got to kind of consider it punishment for it to work. And I think we've disproven that many times over because when you enjoy your workout, you keep showing up for it and you're more consistent. And again, you've demonstrated that quite nicely. One more quick little rapid fire question for you, Kelly. Favorite exercise?
Ooh.
I know, I'm throwing you some stumpers, all right.
I do like deadlifts. I think those are one of my favorites because they work a lot of different body parts. And
yeah, deadlifts are great to work your lower body. Most of us can do them without a whole lot of like things interfering bodily, and it's just a hinge at your hips and a stand up and squeeze your backside, and they can be very effective done properly, and I've seen you doing those. So Kelly, I'm so glad we finally got to make this happen. Thank you so much for joining us. You are welcome back anytime. And any last words before we part ways?
No, thank you for having me.
That was it. Put a bow on it. Boom. All right, Kelly, I'll see you in class, I'm sure, later on. Take care.
Yay, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us. That was a blast. And yeah, it took a little bit to get that to come together, but when it did, it was worth the wait. So, excuse me. Thank you very much, Kelly. Alexis, I think we got some action in the live chat, don't we?
Yeah, we did.
What's up?
We've got teammates in here saying that they want to take Kelly's yoga class.
Yay.
Sharon saying, yay, outdoor crew. Kelly's in the chat right now, and so that's awesome. Kelly, hey, great to see you in there. And Erin says all the teammates and the trainers make the difference. And Daniela says she agrees. Sharon says deadlifts for the win.
Deadlifts for the win. FT dub. All right, sweet. Thank you, Kelly, once again. And I expect we're going to be talking to some more of our team. We've got such an awesome crew of teammates that everybody's got a different story, and everybody's just so welcoming and wonderful. And there are going to be some more of those to come. So I'm very stoked about that. All right, it is time to get us moving because we have arrived at the mid-show stretch break, and it's almost dead on mid-show, basically. So our stretch break is a little bit of upper body love. This will be a tricep stretch. So when I personally work out and I do tricep work, the number one thing that I feel it the next day is my triceps. So I always try to make sure I get a good tricep stretch in. So this is an artsy view of this stretch right now. So basically the way you do a tricep stretch, and of course, if you're watching, whether you're live with us or you're watching the recording, we want you to do this along with us. So one arm overhead, hand behind your back, grab onto this elbow. Now, some of us have limited range of motion in our chest and shoulders. You might feel more comfortable bringing it across and pulling it in this way. Get a little bit more shoulder than tricep that way, but you will hit your tricep. But you stand tall. You have the option to maybe take a little lean over to one side and maybe get a little extra stretch down through your rib cage here. And then you switch and do the other side. So those of you who are doing this with us, switch sides because symmetry, yay. So no, up tall. This hand can have a different range of motion as well. I'm very flexible and I have no problem getting my hand down between my shoulder blades, but some of us maybe will grab here, some of us will maybe grab here. All you need is a little bit of leverage to help you intensify that stretch. And then if you leaned, take your lean here, get that nice little stretch down the rib cage, and that is your tricep stretch. Bada bing, bada boom. We feeling good on that one? Let's circle out our shoulders and ready to move on. because I need to have limber shoulders because we're going to reach into the mailbag, the TNFS mailbag, right? So, yay, mailbag time. And again, thank you to many, many, many of our crew who have sent in questions that we will be parsing out over the weeks ahead and answering here on the Next Fitness Show. You can send yours if you have any to TNFT at thenextfitnessthing.com. All right. So this question comes from Debbie. Debbie is one of our long-time teammates, a recent new mama, and hi, little baby Max. So Debbie sends in this question for us, and this is quite a common ground for a lot of our teammates. I know many of them. Debbie says, I struggle with lunges. Are there other exercises I can do that are easier on my knees to help build the strength I need for lunges? Or are there other alternatives I can do? All right, we got some stuff to address here. Alexis, you want to go?
Sure. First of all, I love hearing that you want to honor your body and that you're listening to your body and that you're trying to figure out what's going to work the best for you. So in that, I absolutely honor this question, and I think it's a fantastic question. One thing that I will say is that a lunge is also known as a split squat. So a lunge is actually a type of squat. If you really feel that you are not safe in doing a lunge, I would suggest that you do a squat instead. So some feet hip distance apart and in the same line from side to side, hips go down and back all the way up. That said, if you do feel comfortable in the squat, it might be, I would be really curious which part of the lunge was the problem for you. Because if it is the stepping back or the stepping forward portion that's causing the problem, perhaps you could start with your feet in the squat, step 1 foot back and 1 foot forward, and practice going down and up and down and up in more of like a static lunge. Perhaps if the balance is an issue, you might want to try holding on to something like the door jamb or a chair, and just make sure that your feet aren't on a balance beam, that they are actually still hip distance apart, even though one's in the front and one's in the back. If you're having, if you're having knee pain, then I would say make sure that your front knee is staying over your ankle. It's not caving in towards your big toe, and it's not going more forward. It's okay if your knee goes forward in the lunge, but if it hurts, then I would suggest not doing that. And you want to bend both knees to 90 degrees. So with the lunge, there's a few things that could be going on for you. Yes, do the squat if that's what you need for safety. And otherwise, I would just get really curious with which piece of it is challenging.
Nicely, succinctly put together. Yes, that you covered a lot in that, a lot of ground in that. When I was doing a little research on this before the show, I came across something from the National Academy of Sports Medicine, where many of our TNFT trainers have our certifications from, and they call a lunge a squat with a kickstand. Which I love that imagery, right? So it's just basically you're squatting, it's just 1 foot is behind you and it's your kickstand. But again, it's the number one thing is your pain-free range of motion. Before you start, even if you're taking a class with us, for example, and you see a video come on screen and it is a step back lunge or it is a forward lunge, and then like, if you're not sure about your lunge form, I would definitely suggest, as Alexis mentioned, starting off with the split squat. That is your feet planted and you're just, I call it moving up and down like a merry-go-round horse. So you're bending your knees 90 degrees or as deeply as your pain-free range of motion allows. And, you know, merry-go-round horses don't really lean forward or back too much. So your posture is up straight and tall. And here's the pole on the merry-go-round running through your head, down through your spine. So you're going down and up like that. But yes, you need to definitely check your knees, not only the front to back, but also that side to side that Alexis mentioned. Knees in line with second and third toes, generally speaking, is what we say on any type of squat or lunge for the most part. There might be some variations along the way. That's pretty much it. But there are so many different versions that you can do once you have the basics down. And again, if the balance is an issue, definitely you can hang on to a stable surface, hand on a wall, hand on a countertop, something like that. And I would also suggest getting a little more core strengthening in for you as well, because core and balance are tied very inextricably together. So Debbie, I hope that helped. And you know, we're here for you all the time because you've been with us forever and a day. So yeah, reach out to us. We're here and you can chat with us chat our ears off. We don't mind. So yay. Thank you, Debbie. And again, the TNFT TNFS mailbag, I always get that mixed up, is open. So send your stuff into us at tnft@thenextfitnessshow.com. Okay. Now we've gotten our mailbag question answered, and we had the mid-show stretch break. And funny how it often ties into the move of the week. It's triceps. And now that we've shown you how to stretch your triceps, we're going to strengthen your triceps with a triceps extension. So we have, I think, a video for that. So this one is, you could use this. Okay, here we go. This is a very slow, controlled repetition cadence on this triceps extension. So before anything, anytime you're lifting your arms overhead, I'm going to remind you to brace your core, because you do not want to, if I turn to stand up and demo, if I turn to the side and my arms are overhead and my back is really arched, that is real tough on backs. So you want to be able to stand up tall, just your natural lumbar curve there. And if you were to look at this performer from the front, you would see that her elbows are parallel to each other as much as possible. So like railroad tracks. And you could use one heavy weight, you could use two light weights. You're lowering back down behind you as far as your pain-free range of motion allows. And again, I can go pretty far, but everybody has their range. And then the most out of this is when you lift up and squeeze at the top. So just shy of full extension on your elbows, squeeze it up and exhale, lower down and inhale. That's the way I love to do my triceps extensions. So Alexis, what say you?
I mean, I would say you covered it. The biggest thing I see happen on this is the losing the neutral spine, which you totally mentioned. And the other piece with the neutral spine is the neck. A lot of times, especially with your arms overhead, I see people stick their head out in the front a lot, and just really keep your eyes up, looking at the horizon, so that you can keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine.
Ears over top of your shoulders, over top of your hips, ideally. So if you're doing the chicken peck or the lean forward, that could be stressful on your neck as well. I had a training client this morning I had the chicken peck discussion with. I was just going to say that. So, but yeah, the straighter and taller that you are in this one, the better. If for whatever reason it's just not comfortable for you to lift your weights overhead like that, I would suggest swapping into tricep kickback instead, maybe. So brace your core with a soft little knee bend, elbows high and tight against your rib cage, and there you go. So you notice as well that on any of those triceps exercises, you're trying to keep your elbows pretty much in one place. So if you're flinging your elbows around like this, or if you're doing a tricep kickback, they're just like swinging back and forth like this, you're missing this, and that's the target. So keep them steady. It's like a fence post, and the fence opens and the fence closes. So
awesome. I love point on the swinging. That's totally a thing, right?
Yeah,
people
I see that a lot.
Swinging it out there, and then that's how you
hyperextended elbow.
Right, exactly. That's totally how you can hurt your elbow. So you gotta keep it controlled. So,
always keep it safe. Always keep it pain-free, and slow your roll. There's no rush on those. Okay, time under tension is a beautiful thing. You get more stuff done in the same amount of time without overdoing it and hurting yourself. So yay. Okay. Announcement time. Oh, we are running. We've been chatting a lot, but it's been good chat. So it is time to first off remind you that we are kicking off something very cool tomorrow. If you're with us live, that'll be Saturday, March 30th. It is the Blaster Baseline class, which is the kickoff of our May the 4th Be With You 5K training program. I am going to be leading that 5K class. It's 55 minutes, and it will be live on the TNFT schedule at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Saturday, March 30th. And then also it'll be recorded. If you can't make it live, you can catch it in our replay library. This is going to be the start of our 5-week May the 4th Be With You training program for a 5K. And you can have 5K experience. You don't need 5K experience. Everybody's welcome. All fitness levels are welcome. And let's see, Alexis. Oh, this class is an all access class. Do you want to chat about that a little bit?
Yeah, so because it's an all access class, you can take this class without even having a membership with us. You can just find this in our schedule and go in there and take this class. So feel free to come in there. This is your opportunity to kind of check in and see where you are with the 5K. You can totally walk it if that's what is comfortable for you. And that is actually what's expected, is that you'll walk it. If you want to run it, you can definitely run it. But don't feel like you're not doing the thing if you're walking it. I would say most people are probably walking it. So
absolutely, yeah.
Feel free to walk it and just see. I would also suggest, if you're coming for the very first time, to have some way to track your distance at the same time. So you might want to use an app, like maybe you use Strava or Map My Fitness or something else, or
Apple Health, or
whatever you might have.
Mhm.
Use that so that you know your distance, so you know when you hit the 5K.
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime anybody hits a 5K, everybody gets shouted out and emojied all over the place, and it's a blast. It's a super supportive community. And we've had a lot of peeps that have come to us for their very first 5K, and they came back for more because it was just such a loving experience, and they got so much support from the whole team. So we're all in this together. And May the 4th 5K, thenextfitnessthing.com if you want to join us. And then the 5-week training program commences after that. And there is a base level to that program. There is a premium level to that program with some extra perks, including the awesome windbreaker that we have designed for this, the swag situation for this 5K. And we're having a lot of fun with the May the 4th be with you theme. So for that final event, which is going to be on May the 4th, your spacey sci-fi costumes are welcome, as long as they don't encumber your movement when you're trying to do a 5K. Just keep that in mind. All right. We don't want anybody tripping over their Vader ropes or anything.
Yeah, no capes.
So, yeah, exactly. And leave the lightsaber behind, maybe if it's going to be a danger to anybody. Okay, so then the second thing that we have, my workout baby, my next one. I'm super excited about this. And I think we can officially announce today, Alexis, am I right, that peeps can sign up now?
Yes, today is the day.
Hey, my Go Strong, Live Long Strength Training Challenge. We've had a waiting list going on for a while. Sign-ups open now. So that is going to start a week from this coming Monday as we're with you live. That'll be April 8th rather. And every fitness level is welcome. This is focusing on strength training for longevity how many of us have things that we want to be able to do for as long as we are on this planet, and we want to have long, prosperous lives on this planet? Start now to keep yourself strong. I say it's never too late, but the earlier you get to start on strength training, if you're not doing it, the better off you're going to be. It supports your joints and helps prevent them from hurting. Believe me, I know. I've been through a lot of those. It's your foundation. It helps your posture. There's so many benefits. It helps your mood. It revs your metabolism. So if you're trying to burn fat doing cardio alone, strength training needs to be part of your program, because it helps to fire up that furnace, so you get results even when you're sitting down at the end of your day. You're still burning fat. And isn't that phenomenal? Like, I'm sitting here on Netflix, and it's like, I did my strength training earlier. I'm burning fat sitting here. So I hope you'll join me. And the sign up is gostrong.thenextfitnessthing.com, and that's going to be a 4-week program. Again, we have different levels on this one. There is a basic level with all 12 of the base classes. There's a bronze level, and then there's a silver level and a gold level with more perks as you go on up. The gold level gets a private training session with me, which is super amazing. And then there's swag involved in those upper 2 levels as well. We were just working on swag yesterday. It's very cool swag. So again, gostrong.thenextfitnessthing.com. Come work out with me. 4 p.m. Pacific time is when those classes are going to go live. And if you can't make them live, of course, they will be recorded and in our replay library. Yeah. Okay. Whoop, whoop. It's going to be good times. So Alexis, is there anything going on in the chat that we need to call attention to before we wait? One more quick thing that we're going to slip in. I think we have time for. So
well, in the chat, we have Erin saying that she walks on the 5K, and Sharon reminding us that the 5K is not a race. It is an experience.
There you go. That's why we call it an event. We don't call it a race, because everybody kind of shows up with the skill set that they've got. And hopefully, if they've been doing the training program with us, the skills that they've developed over the past several weeks, and then you throw it down, and all we ask for is you do your best and have fun. It's a blast. It is a blast.
Right.
So,
and we have a 5K every quarter so that you can see your improvement from one event to the next. And that way it's not a race against anyone else. You can see how you progress over time.
Yeah, exactly. So come join us for either and or both of those. All right. Both of those challenges and our programs. Really quickly, we have a tip of the week, and we mentioned at the top of the show that for Alexis and me both, it is raining today. So since we're heading into April, and those April showers may come your way, but they bring the flowers that bloom in May. Yes, I know that ancient song. But planning for a rainy day. So I I'm going to be perfectly honest. I can be a real whiny weather wuss sometimes because I have seasonal affective disorder. When it's rainy and cloudy, it just kind of goes woof with my mood. But today I needed to go to the gym. I was training a couple of clients. I had to go out in the rain to get there. And it's just like, I've got a hoodie, I've got gloves, I've got an umbrella, I've got a ball cap to shield my glasses from the raindrops. It's like, I'm fine here. What am I worrying about? It's just water, right? So get out and get it done if you can, assuming that the conditions are safe, of course. If there's like lightning or wind storms or anything like that, you definitely want to keep it inside in that case. But yeah, sometimes we kind of psych ourselves out when there's like one raindrop. I know I have on occasion.
Right, especially if I feel like my shoes are gonna get wet. That's maybe the thing for me. Is like if my feet are gonna go squish, squish, and then if I have to wear those shoes the whole rest of the day, then I might not want to do it. So for me, if it's raining like that, I mean, I am all for going outside, and I try not to be a weather wuss too. But just saying, sometimes I end up going up and down the stairs of like inside the house instead, or sometimes I'll maybe go up and down the hallway, or I will make up indoor intervals when needed. Just saying.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, there are ways to get your exercise in, but yeah, I will always go back whenever I'm doing this more and more. We're about to wrap the show, but just really quick, this story. I did one marathon in my life. Many of my teammates have heard my marathon story, but I went through the training program, and on a day, I think looking back, it was like a 15-mile training run, and the weather was horrendous. It was raining sideways. It was blowing. It was frigid. And I got to the end of that. My hubby took me out for a nice steaming bowl of pho at the end. It's like, oh, you're a keeper. You're hanging around here for a while. But we had to go there. We got out there and we did it because we had no idea what the conditions were going to be on marathon day. What are we going to do? I don't feel like doing a marathon today. There's 3 drops of rain. No, we did it. So we sucked it up. And I always go back to that. It's like, you did that. You can do this. Get your booty out there. So no excuses.
I just want to say with that too, if anybody's in the chat right now and you want to share what your rainy day plan is, that please feel free to drop it in the chat of the video and share what you do if the weather will not is averse to exercise.
Just like with our TNFT workout classes, that chat is interactive and it's a two-way street. So yeah, fire away. So, but we're going to do the housekeeping before we wrap. Thank you so much for everybody who was with us live. We love you so much for taking time out of your busy day to get in there with us. And those of you watching the recording, thank you as well. I'm going to remind you one more time. I did not mention this at the top of the show, so a deficit to me, but subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. So if you haven't hit that button, please do so. The more subscribers we have, the faster and bigger and better we can help get the word out and help us grow. And we appreciate every ounce of that support. Like our videos, share our videos, and keep commenting and keep sending in your questions and keep showing up to watch and keep showing up in class, because we are here in this together to get you healthier and just a wonderful, happy human being. So that, I think, is everything, unless we're done. Unless you got anything else, Alexis, we good?
That's it.
All right, theme show time.
I got one. Goals Walk is Monday.
Yes, thank you. We always forget about Goals Walk. That is not our intention, but yes, Goals Walk, 25-minute no pressure cardio class, first Monday of every month. So that will be on our TNFT live schedule this coming Monday, which is April 1st. All right, so now we're out of here. Let's get a high five to make it real. Boom, it's real. All right, yay. Thank you so much. Take care. For those of you watching who are planning to be on class with me later, I'll see you later. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Oh, my bass is coming out again. Always wanted to play bass. Is this even what it looks like? I'm trying. I gotta dance. Can't hold it back.